What is Eternum? The substance of legends. The pulse of adventure. The glory of triumph.
What the fuck is up, guys? New World delayed till September 28th. Just want to give quick thoughts about it. I think it's a very good thing, honestly. There was a lot of bugs in the game, some that I feel like should have been fixed during the beta. So the fact that they decided to give it at least another month, I think is a positive, because I always think that any game that comes out polished is better than being released and being fixed, because you don't want to give a sour taste in people's mouths at the start. I do think at the same time it does suck. I'd say maybe like 10% of people may be mad and be like, this game keeps getting delayed, I'm not going to play it, or some weird thing like that. But in reality, them delaying it is very good. The game can only be better now, to be honest. Like, how does giving them more time make the game worse at all? And the end game, I think, needed a small amount of work. The gearing, when it came to the Syndicate and Marauder and what was it called, Covenant factions, I thought that it was weird that they all gave a set piece of gear and it was already statted to something instead of having all of them. Thought that was kind of weird, but I think it's a positive here. I don't see anything bad with the game. I think it's a great way to make the game just a lot better in every aspect of it. Again, I would love to see more mobs. I'd love to see, people just be able to do things outside of PvP. Not only outside of PvP, but also, just honestly, again, because there's not that many things I really disliked about the game. Combat, again, needed some help. The hatchet, I don't think people want Berserk gone, but I'd say it's probably better that Berserk, not the skill itself, but the unflinchable, the untargetable, whatever the fuck it is, the stagger. I think it's unnecessary for that to be in, because again, it removes the gameplay, but at the same time, it allows for the higher DPS to be put out. So some people don't want that, some people do. I just kind of think you should be able to have to play more mechanics and everything. When it comes to PvP, it's less of an issue. I think it's an issue, but it's not, because it's like, oh, I just now have to run away from you. And for PvE, it's like, well, nothing you do will budge me, and I can just do maximum damage and probably kill you before you kill me now. And I'm speaking of it in terms of dungeons and outworld questing and whatnot. Again, I thought to myself, it just kind of ruined gameplay. Healing needed some adjustments, not heavily. I really think anti-heal should be introduced into the game. Healing did need like maybe a 20% nerf. Tanking, I think, was in a really good spot. I didn't think heavy armor was in a good spot, because of the fact that you can be a healer, have heavy armor, and then never die. I don't know if these people had high constitution, but it still makes a question. I think there should be a trade-off. If you're gonna be tankier, you should have less healing. I think as a healer, I'm okay with that. If you're gonna be tankier, you have less healing. If you're squishier, you have higher healing. That makes sense to me. As a tank, you're tankier, you do less damage, which they do. If you're a DPS, you're gonna be squishier, which isn't fully the case, again, because axes and stacking constitution, which I think strength and constitution are very good like stats to have. Obviously, like, I wouldn't tell them to take it out by any means, but yeah, I think there's just some adjustments that can happen. Dexterity kind of felt weak, to be honest. I think like the rapier was the only one that kind of stood out. The gun and the bow were just lacking, to put it easily. Even though I think both of them are very strong in their own way, and I thought the gun personally was super useless for PvP and PvE. I did have an issue with that, because I played it a lot, and it feels like the reload is just so long to where in PvE you don't do enough DPS, and in PvP, basically once people get on top of you, even with the perk that allows you to roll backwards or roll a direction and then reload a bullet instantly during that time, it still wasn't viable, because 9 times out of 10 you didn't have a second weapon, because the fact that you have to reload that gun still. and taking the trap really isn't that good. But overall, I think it's a great thing. I didn't want to make this a long video. I ranted a little bit, but I just wanted to kind of give my thoughts on it. So September 28th is the new day for New World. I hope you guys are hyped, to be honest. I hope no one gets discouraged off of this. I think this is a very positive thing. There's other games I've played, and World of Warcraft, and I wish that they would take more time to polish their game again. And now I don't want to play that game ever again. So I would prefer this, honestly. Like, I am not a greedy person. I think that, once I learned my lesson with WoW, I just kind of am like, yeah, please take your fucking time, because I don't want to play a shitty game and then love it for a couple minutes or hours or days and then never want to play it again. Make it at the best you can be, the best it can be, and then give us more afterwards. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.